WTIM.
Good morning, and we're back with the WTIM Morning Show here on your information station, and it's brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman. Joining us in this segment, I've got Diana Habe-Bavona, and Diana is the Director of Continuing Education and Business Solutions with Lincoln Land Community College. Diana, good morning to you. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm fine. Thank you. I hope you're doing well, too.
I am, and thank you for asking on this end, and glad to have you here to talk a little bit about Lincoln Land Community College in what I would consider almost a different way than what we normally get to talk about, so I'm excited to do so. When thinking about Lincoln Land, it's obviously pretty easy to go right to the curriculum and the courses that are offered and everything like that, but that is not where it ends. There's a different kind of aspect to what LLCC offers. What kind of professional development opportunities are out there that you can tell us about and really highlight for the listeners out there?
Well, we have spent a lot of time over the last year in growing the number of opportunities that we have available to the public. And some of those opportunities are now available in person at several of our outreach and community centers, and others are available online. There are courses that offer continuing education credit for healthcare professionals. There are also continuing professional development units available for teachers, such as courses on gamification strategies for engaging with math classrooms. And then we have options in areas like entrepreneurship and small business, such as fundamentals of investing, small business financing, leadership and management courses available like developing emotional intelligence, building stronger teams. Then we have technology and computer skill courses, such as CompTIA, your basic Excel and Microsoft Word courses. We also have some more advanced, interesting courses, such as mastering prompts to unlock AI's potential. And then we have our workplace readiness and professional skills courses that deal with a lot of the soft skills, such as communication, customer service, critical thinking. So we've really expanded the offerings that we have available to our general public.
I was going to say that's quite the laundry list there when you consider how many things are going on there. Has that just continued to build over time, Diana?
It has. We've really made a concerted effort in the last year to focus a lot of our attention on what the community needs. And so we've shifted our focus a little bit into those non-credit offerings.
These courses that are being offered, who are they, kind of geared toward or shifted towards? Obviously folks in the workforce, which is going to be pretty much most everybody, but there are also a whole lot of other courses that you mentioned there. Who are these courses a good fit for?
Well, it really depends, obviously, on the type of course that people are interested in. So we have, as I said, opportunities for healthcare workers, teachers, really anyone who's looking to upskill or boost their marketability. So job seekers, maybe current employees who are looking to upskill or retrain in a particular area, anyone who wants to sharpen that skill set. I think there's really something for everyone.
Yeah, so not just those that are on the market right now, not just those getting, maybe out of college into the workforce, but people that are continuing on in the workforce and just looking to improve on those skills that they already have and maybe learn a couple extras as well. For you, and I know here in Taylorville, the college had a listening session with local business and community leaders this spring, but how does that kind of factor into these opportunities? How do you see those going hand in hand?
Those are a very important part of our process, and we hold those every spring in our community outreach areas in Taylorville last year in the spring. So they really shaped much of the programming that we do, because we're listening in those sessions to what the businesses and local leaders are telling us that they need for their local workers and in the local community. And we take all that information back and we look how we can develop educational opportunities that are going to address those specific needs. In Taylorville, for example, last spring, it was brought up that there was need for small business financial literacy courses. So we developed an online offering kind of exposing entrepreneurs and small businesses to maybe, financial statements, and basic information that they need to know about those. We heard that a lot of employees were lacking in communication skills and professional skills. So those essential workplace skills courses and workshops that we developed were geared specific to addressing what was brought up in those sessions. Another came up with regard to how many different generations are in the workplace and how communication has become somewhat challenging of trying to reach across all those generations. So we developed a workshop for that as well of how we might be able to better communicate with all those generations in the workforce. So we listen and then we try and respond with courses and workshops that are geared specific to those community needs.
I can sure see how those go hand in hand. And how important is it for you to get that community behind it, one, but two, also involved in terms of what they'd like to see? How important is that to you on your end of things?
It's very important. It really, shapes the programming that we have. And when we're able to meet with community leaders and businesses and they can tell us what those needs are, it's essential to what we do. And so I really value those opportunities that we have in the community to be able to come in. And I'm always really excited when we have great turnout from businesses and community leaders and they're open to telling us what they need.
And that's a look at the spring session that took place not too long ago. But this fall at Lincoln Land Community College in Taylorville, you're offering several sets of workshops through the Essential Workplace Skills series. What can you tell me about that series?
Well, we have a series of 6 workshops, and they are geared to soft skills, and many of them resulted from what we heard back from community leaders and businesses in terms of what they were needing. So those workshops were developed to be engaging. They're highly interactive, and we have designed those so that people can take what they learn in those workshops back into the business and start using those immediately. So very practical, hands-on kind of workshops. And there is a series of 6, and people can take one, they can take multiples. It's really up to them what they have an interest in. But the first one, I believe, that is kicking off in Taylorville, I think it's August 28th, is the Practicing Professionalisms at Work workshop, and that's 3 hours, 3-hour workshop, and it looks at common professional pitfalls that people may experience on the job, how to accept feedback, and what it means to contribute positively to a workplace culture. We have another one that's navigating challenges and stressors that comes up in September, and that's focuses in on team resilience, emotional intelligence, how you can really manage your stress proactively, focusing in on developing wellness habits, boundaries, how to deal with particularly stressful or tough situations. We've got a Thinking Critical at Work workshop, another one on customer service essentials. We have another one on building stronger teams through inclusive practices, and one on communicating effectively. So almost every 2 weeks, starting on that August 28th date with the first one, we've set up one of those 3-hour workshops to occur in Taylorville on site.
For the Essential Workplace Skills series, this doesn't sound to be the first year that this has kind of gone on. How long have we been running this skills series?
This is a new one. This is a new set of series of workshops that we have put into place. Again, as I said, that kind of came out of the feedback that we were receiving from business leaders that we took back and said, okay, how can we respond to this? And how can we make them that people can use what they learn in them right away? So we don't sit in these workshops and talk to people for 3 hours. They're very interactive. We break people down into groups and talk about skills and do activities and things that kind of reinforce the concepts and the information and the strategies that we want them to have. So these are a direct result of those information sessions that we have heard over the last couple of years.
Well, okay. By the sound of it, to me, it sounded like maybe that's something that we continue to improve on, but it sounds like we're really bringing it here in this first year with 6 different workshops being offered. 3-hour courses too, that are really improving on those soft skills and whatnot. Again, I'm going to have to assume that it's much like any other workshop or professional development opportunity that's offered. This is for everybody in the workplace, not just those that are looking to enter it or maybe thinking about a job change. This is for those that are happy with the place that they're at. They just want to improve on it. Would I be correct in that?
That would be correct. I think that there are value in all of these workshops, even if you were a seasoned employee who think you've got a pretty good grasp of what's going on. I think there, I've done a few of these workshops. I facilitate many of them myself, and I see people of all ages in them. Young people who have just gotten out of college who maybe needed just a little extra push on some of those skills that they might not have been exposed to. And I've seen people who are seasoned employees who are able to take something away from that workshop that they may not have known, that there might have been an alternative way to do something that might have gotten them a better result. So I really think that there's something in these for everyone. And it's also an opportunity for people to kind of come together and share what they've been doing in the workplace and what's worked effectively for them. So I think there's benefit and value to that as well.
I think so. In almost anything, being able to bounce ideas off of other like-minded individuals, getting a different feel or a different perspective on something that you do or maybe are considering doing, I think is super important. And well, it just seems to me like, this is really kind of a venturous thing and going to be a really good deal in terms of 6 workshops, the 3 hours a piece on those, and really for anybody at any stage in their work experience. So Diana, let's take ourselves a 3-minute break. We'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about this essential workplace skills series. And we'll come back and we'll talk to you a little bit about how you even get involved if you're interested in doing so. We've got Diana Hay-Bavona. Diana is the Director of Continuing Education and Business Solutions with Lincoln Land Community College. We'll be right back around with more here on the WTIM Morning Show.
Your information station, WTIM.com.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Steady trade for corn, beans, and Chicago wheat at this hour. September corn unchanged, 383 3/4. December corn up 1 3/4, 407. March corn 424.5, up 2 pennies. September beans 1022 3/4, up 0.5 penny. November beans up 1 1/2, 1044. January beans 1063 1/4, up 1 3/4. September wheat 503 1/4, down 3 1/4. December wheat down 2 3/4, 524 1/4. September bean meal 284.20, up 80 cents. September bean oil 52.92, down 26 cents. Livestock trade August feeders 344.40, down $1.75. August live cattle down 95 cents, 235.30. October lean hogs 90.15, up a nickel. Energy market September crude oil 62.42, down 38 cents. This is the RF.
Join us for our 32nd annual Kimmer Village Charity Golf Classic, September 5th, 8 a.m. at Oak Terrace, Pana, with a shotgun start. This is Shawless Nagel, Executive Director at Kimmer Village, Inc. Come out and support our mission. We have great prizes, including raffle tickets for players and non-players for a whole hog, $500 gift card, Timmy's Tours, Cardinals ticket, and a Findlay Marina boat rental. Register at kimmervillage.org/golf.
Hi, this is Jeff Robinson with Advanced Title Group Incorporated in Taylorville. We are Christian County's only locally owned title company with over 100 years of title experience in our office. Whether you are selling, buying, building, or refinancing your home, farm, business, or land, choose Advanced Title Group. Visit us at advancedtitlegroup.com. Stop in on the northwest corner of the Taylorville Square or call 824-8007. Advanced Title Group, excellence with integrity and experience.
Honeymoon, here we come. Where's our car?
It's been stolen.
We'll call our insurance agent. I'm right here.
Oh, hey, Jen. You got our invite.
Love the dress.
Are we covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose auto owners. We work together to get the right coverage. So when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered.
That's simple human sense.
Call me, Casey McClure at McClure-Helberg Insurance, 125 West Poplar in Taylorville at 824-2266.
Just Beds are the yawn exterminators, and they can give you a better night's sleep. Choose from Bemco, Chatham & Wells, Sealy, Simmons, and Tempur-Pedic. Find out the many models and styles available on their updated website by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
At Land of Lincoln Credit Union, you can bank on learning more. Find out how they can help you and your family with their products and services by clicking their banner ad on top of the police blotter page of TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM.
And we're back with the WTIM Morning Show here on your information station. We're brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman, and joining us in this segment, we've got Diana Habe-Bavona, and Diana is the Director of Continuing Education and Business Solutions with Lincoln Land Community College. We talked a lot about their business solutions, professional development, and those opportunities that are out there for it, and also about their Essential Workplace Skills series. And Diana, as far as I understand it, there's potentially a discount with that. What can you tell us about getting a little bit off of that Essential Workplace Skills series?
Yes, there is a discount, and we're kind of excited. We received a non-credit strategies at work grant from the Illinois Community College Board, and what that's allowed us to do is to discount probably almost all of our professional development sessions for the fall. So in addition to these Essential Workplace Skills series that we've been talking about, many of the other 65 different offerings that we have on the books for the fall for people to enjoy, they can get 50% off of almost all of those courses that are out there. So these Essential Workplace Skills courses that we've talked about, those 3-hour sessions, each one of those with a discount code of upskill, they can take those for $65 a piece, which I think is a really reasonable fee for people to try one of these particular workshops. So, and this, as I said, also extends to many of our other offerings that we have. So the courses that we have on small business finance, entrepreneurship, we've got some offerings in there. Many of our Excel training courses, Word, AI courses that we have offered, all of those offerings are 50% off. Our professional development for our teachers are also 50% off, which we're very excited about that as well. So it is, if there's any time now where somebody wants to really try and like dip their toe into the water and try a new skill or kind of like refresh or retrain, now's the time with that discount.
Upscale being the discount for that.
Upskill, yep.
Okay, so UPSCALE. Use that discount code if you'd like the courses for roughly $65. And I'm right there with you for a 3-hour course where you're going to learn as much as you're going to. That seems very reasonable to me on this end as well. This is an interesting piece to this as well. Now, we're talking kind of about bringing you to a location, but what about coming to you at your location, Diana? That sounds like we've got opportunities to meet you right where you're at.
Yeah, we do. So many of the workshops and things that we do, as we've discussed, we do those at our community outreach centers in Taylorville, Litchfield, Jacksonville, here in Springfield as well. So those are always open to the public, anybody who wants to come in and take those. So often companies might have 1 or 2 people that they feel maybe could benefit from being sent into one of our locations and taking those open sessions. But what we also do is we do a lot of custom training as well. And what that means is we get calls a lot of times from businesses and companies who may have more people, or they might have a professional development day, and they're trying to think of different ways that they can expose more of their employees to these types of skills. And 70% of our employers report that there's a skills gap in their workforce, and they recognize that, and they're trying to take steps to correct that. And for them to obviously send, 14 or 15 people to our location just is not cost effective or feasible for them. So we've designed many of our offerings where we can take them on site to the workplace. So we go into these businesses and we custom a lot of our trainings to exactly what they're needing. So if they're having concerns with regard to communication or professionalism, we can work with them to kind of, customize that training option and bring it to them, deliver it on site so that all their people are not having to come into us. So in addition to these Essential Workplace Skills training, which again, the grant covers us to be able to go into these locations and offer these to the businesses at a discounted rate as well. They get 50% off of those individualized trainings as well. We also do a lot of custom trainings in other areas. So if we have an employer who maybe needs all of their employees to have a refresher in Excel, or they need OSHA training. We even do OSHA training on site as well, or leadership coaching. It runs the gamut in terms of what we here at Lincoln Land can do with an employer. We just work with them and we make sure that we customize whatever that offering is to specific to their needs and do it on site. So I think that's a great benefit for a lot of companies.
Sounds like it, making that time much more worthwhile as well, kind of fitting it to the business and what they're needing as well. Diana, we've got less than 30 seconds here. Where can I go to get more information and to register?
They can go on our website, llcc.edu/EWS. They can register through there. And if it's a custom solution, they can call me at 217-786-4959.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Diana, for your time here today.
Thank you.
You got it. Diana Hay-Bavona, Director of Continuing Education and Business Solutions with Lincoln Land Community College, here on the WTIM Morning Show.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 FM Taylorville, 107.5 FM Shelbyville, 107.9 FM Pena Nokomis.